Witam Państwa ponownie. Naszym kolejnym gościem podczas dzisiejszego kongresu jest pan Bruno Crosby, który jest dyrektorem odpowiedzialnym za rozwój rynków międzynarodowych w amerykańskim Stowarzyszeniu Pośredników Nieruchomości. Good afternoon, Bill. Bruno, sorry. Good afternoon. I have two questions to you. I know that you are working as a manager for NAR activities for the international markets. And I have two questions. What kind of real estate organization is NRI working with outside of the US? And can you name some of them? Do you work with some organization in Poland? I know you do, but maybe you can tell us more in details.
Thank you for this opportunity. Indeed, the National Association of Realtors maintains bilateral cooperation agreements with 77 associations in 56 countries in Asia, Latin America, and Europe. These associations range from associations in Japan, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, and all over Latin America. In Europe, we work with IVD Deutschland, with FNAIM in France, with the NAEA in the United Kingdom, with DE in Denmark, associations in Scandinavia, Austria, Spain, Italy, Greece, and with the Polish Real Estate Federation here in Poland. These are agreements that whereby the foreign association helps NAR to protect its trademark, the trademark Realtor, which is a trademark like Frigidaire or something like that, and also to share information, to share education, and especially to share a compatible code of ethics, because that means that the associations work according to the same rules. Some of our agreements go back to the early 1990s, and indeed in some of the Eastern European countries, notably in Romania, Ukraine, and Russia, the NAR helped these associations get set up with statutes, bylaws, and ways of operating associations so that these countries could get set up with real estate professionals and become operational as soon as possible, soon after the Soviet Union ceased to exist.
Thank you. So you share your knowledge, you shared your best knowledge you have, yes, with all the members you have, yes, and then based on that they can adapt some instructions, so some ethics, some information from your side, from your perspective. Okay, so if we want to participate in this program, in this initiative, what will organization from the outside of the US will benefit from this cooperation with NIR?
Well, first of all, the system in which American realtors work is a good one, but it is important to be modest and not to try to force your way of working on people in other countries, and especially not to think that what works in the United States necessarily works in another country. We realize that. Therefore, that is why we exchange information, we do not impose it. Furthermore, we do have a good operational, how shall I say, a way of working, business practices, which can benefit everyone and which we make available to the members of the associations with whom we work. For example, this is something that the Polish Real Estate Federation is working on now, is to convince the public, the consumer, that it's important to have exclusive sales agreement. If you have a house to sell, you may be inclined to say, well, I'll give sales agreements to 3 different agencies. and they will be non-exclusive, because maybe you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but would rather give 3 different co-exclusive or non-exclusive agreements. In the United States, a real estate professional will not accept that, because in the United States, agents share listings. In other words, if you give me an exclusive sales agreement to sell your house, I will commit to working hard to sell your house as quickly as possible and at the best price. And I will share the commission with another agent who has a client and said, Bruno, you have a house to sell, I have the client for your house. And I will share the commission, and it will not cost you any more. That system works extremely well, and it allows for what we call a multiple listing service, which is probably one of the most innovative designs, not only for giving a very transparent idea of a market, but also to give immediate information about market prices and the kinds of products that are on the market. Secondly, in Europe, if you want to buy a house in Florida, you will probably not go to an agent in Warsaw and say, can you help me to buy a house in Florida? No. You will go on the internet and you will find houses in Florida, and then you will call the agent in Florida and say, I'm flying to Miami and I want to see some houses. When you get there, you find to your surprise that that agent can not only show you the houses for which he has a sales agreement, he can show you every house that's for sale in Miami if he wants to. So what we would like to do is help our cooperating associations and their members to convince the consumer, number one, to give exclusive sales agreements, and number two, to go to their agents in Warsaw and say, can you help me find a house in New York or Miami? Because then the American realtor is prepared to pay a commission to the Polish estate agent. This is very important. American realtors are ready to share commissions, which is, after all, why we exist, is to help our professional members to make money.
Okay. Thank you very much for this interesting answer for this question. So this is all from my side. Thank you for the information you told us. And as I said, maybe next year, or maybe earlier, we will be having some new instructions from our Polish Federation, because it will be benefit from the cooperation with NAR. So thank you very much, Bruno, for your time, and hope you see you next time. Yes.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.